how do we implement controls in such a way so that you can protect sensitive information while also not hindering innovation?
Hi, this is Tricia Ratliff. Welcome to my Innovation Podcast. Good morning. I am here today with Bryan Finster from Defense Unicorns, and we are going to be talking about improving delivery. Bryan, what are some things that you're working on right now or problems that you're solving that you'd like to share with other people who are in a similar context?
So, the problem I've been solving for a few years now, the problem I'm currently working on now is how do we engineer platforms to make it easier for teams to deliver with, safer and, more securely, higher levels of compliance, but also, not make it painful. I posted a thing this morning on LinkedIn about laptop policies and how if you really want to experience what it is to do platform engineering, dig into laptop policy enforcement so that you can protect sensitive information while also not hindering innovation, and understand that engineering is about balance and compromise and not about perfection. The most rewarding work I've ever done is focusing on delivery platforms and how that can massively help people accelerate if done with the right mindset.
Oh, so tell me more. I'm smiling, by the way, regarding the laptop policies, because I felt that in so many organizations. There's a balance to be struck there. It's not easy. So
yeah, last week we spent 2 days going through, what we can and can't do given various laptop, with like Mac OS versus Windows versus Linux, and now I'm even more paranoid and want to find solutions for it.
Yeah. Ultimately, a secure laptop is one in which you can't develop any software.
Yeah. No, this is something I talk about frequently as well. It's like, well, we want all the security. Okay, well, take your machine, encase it in lead, pour concrete over it, and if you can't afford to launch it into the sun, drop it into the Challenger Deep, and you're now secure.
A little extreme, but you're making your point. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we have work to get done. We just need to do it safely. And the goal of platform engineering, well, there's many goals, right? But the goals I think about are, number one, I have two customers, the enterprise and the development teams, and I need to think about both of their concerns and satisfy both as best I possibly can. I need to have platforms that are opinionated to guide development teams down the path of the organization's goals. We did that in a previous organization I worked at. We had a platform that was optimized for making continuous delivery the preferred workflow. And you could do terrible branching strategies like Git flow, but it would just be painful every single day. If you decided to use trunk-based development with continuous integration and daily delivery, then it was much easier to use the platform, right? And so it was opinionated on purpose to solve an organizational goal, which was improve engineering excellence in the organization. Also with guardrails, safety nets to make it hard to make mistakes around things that are super critical around security and compliance, but without slowing people down too much. You have to have the customer-centric focus, but understand you have two customers and help them both at the same time. And I think it's a really challenging problem to solve.
Is there anything you can share about what you're experimenting with in terms of laptop policies for those who are overcoming or addressing similar challenges right now?
Well, number one, we have some clear policies we have to meet, and they're not policies we made up because we do a lot of defense work. We're having to meet defense, like NIST controls, right? So we have a set of NIST controls we're trying to meet, and trying to find tools so that we can minimize our tool sprawl, but still be able to implement things like remote wipe of laptops. There's something called CUI, which is controlled unclassified information, right? Mm-hmm. And we have to have the ability to maintain security around controlled unclassified information in a 100% remote work environment. And when we have, when you have Linux and Windows and Mac OS in your ecosystem, and trying to find a tool that allow you to put the level of control you need to say, yes, we meet this NIST control. It's very challenging. Trying to find a tool that not only does that, but does it at a price point that you can absorb without, just bankrupting you. Then what about phones? It's like there's all these things about how do we implement controls in such a way so people aren't constantly fighting their laptops to get their jobs done. I've been a victim of that too. I've been a victim of a situation where we had Windows laptops that the only software you can install was whitelisted from an internal repository, and it was always out of date. There's nothing more awesome than trying to code with an out-of-date IDE that you can't get plugins for. So I think the nice thing is that we actually care about that, and getting people, like on the team that was looking at this initially, it's, our head of security and 2 senior developers who've suffered under terrible laptop policies, but who also care about security and compliance.
So that feels like a solid nugget of wisdom right there, that the team that's working the laptop policies is made up of the person concerned about meeting the regulations and cyber, as well as 2 seasoned developers who have deeply felt the pain. Did I overstate that?
No, that would be entirely accurate. Because we care about security, but we also have to dog through the results. And this is important. If you're imposing a policy on anybody and you're not feeling the outcomes of the policy yourself, stop it.
Yes. Bryan, this was fabulous. It's always great to talk to you. I know I certainly learn a lot every time we have a conversation. So thanks again for being here.
Thanks for inviting me, Trish.
You're welcome, of course.